Hi everyone, today we're going to look at a pretty fun product, the Ivation Bluetooth Swimming Pool Speaker. Now it's a Bluetooth speaker that is designed for a swimming pool, meaning that it floats. As you can see, it looks a little bit like a volleyball, and the front of it actually looks a lot like a face. So it has a mood light on it, so you can turn this light on here in the back, and it's going to be hard to see, but you've got a blue light coming down. So we're going to try this actually in a bathtub. I've tried it in a swimming pool, but it's almost January, so that's not an option. But this thing completely, it floats, and it's pretty good size. So it's actually a pretty fun speaker. Again, it kind of looks like it's smiling at you, both on the front and on the back. So we're going to try the sound both in and out of the water. And I'm going to play some nice non-copyrighted music like Yankee Doodle. Just because on YouTube, they like for you to ideally not play things that are copywritten. So we'll use something in the public domain. But again, we're going to see that a few of the functions first. Okay, so how do you turn the speaker on? This is how you're going to use it. Turn it on, and there's simply a pair button. You hit pair, and it pairs with your device pretty quickly. Now underneath it, you have a little turn, and then it's where you fit 6. You only see 3, but it actually holds 6 AA batteries. So in order to work, you'll have to have 6 AA batteries. Now you can't plug this thing in. It's completely watertight, and it doesn't go into a receptacle at all. And then on the other side you have the light button and then the volume. And this thing right here is a little tricky, but it's actually not a button at all. And then finally, another feature is that you have a removable grill. So if you're on water that is relatively calm, you can leave the grill on. If you've got water that is rough and turbulent, you take the cover off so you don't get a lot of the splashing effects. And at this point, it looks like a giant eye or Death Star. So whichever you prefer to call it. So let's listen to see how it sounds. First, out of the water. Okay, so again, non-copyrighted music like Yankee Doodle. We'll turn the volume all the way up. Pretty loud, so you can hear it definitely in the swimming pool. Now we're going to play it again in some water, but you'll probably find that the bass on this thing is not real deep. You saw that it has the one driver here up top, and that driver, while it does do a good job, it's not going to give you a tremendous amount of bass out of it. So the bass is kind of a little bit lacking, but again, for a speaker that floats on the water, I'm not really sure what the expectations could be. So the overall frequency response is kind of bunched around the middle, which makes it sound pretty loud, but it doesn't have driving bass, which again, for a speaker that floats in the water, you wouldn't expect that, because bass requires bigger magnets. Bigger magnets would cause your speaker to sink. So let's see it in the water. Okay, so here you can see the speaker actually floating in the bathtub. Notice that the speaker is upright, which is good, which is what you would want. And if you can see, there's blue that's reflecting off. That's the mood or ambient lighting. So in daylight, you're not going to see it, but if you have it floating at night, it's going to be pretty cool. So let's try again, Yankee Doodle, just down in the water. Now it's in a bathtub, so it's going to sound a little deeper. So there you have it. This is the Sonic Bluetooth pool speaker, both dry and in water, just so you get an idea of how it sounds. So the final verdict on the Ivation Bluetooth swimming pool speakers, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. Again, sound performance on this is just pretty good. I wouldn't call it great by any means, just because it doesn't have a whole lot of bass, but it is a kind of a cool speaker to have. Definitely fun for a swimming pool, or really any place where you're going to have a lot of water. Maybe a little bit big for a bathtub, as you saw, but for most usage, I think people are going to get a kick out of it, especially for the novelty factor. So the sound is, again, lacks a little bit of bass, but definitely good enough, and it's definitely loud enough to be heard all around a pool. So I'm going to give it, again, 4.5 stars. And if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll do my best to try to answer it. So take care. Have a great day.